So here's another just random kind of video talking about stuff. From my side business, GardenofMadness and Mercari, 3D prints and products made from the waste plastic. This one's kind of got an I have Sauron sort of feel to it. I really should have better lighting in here. Anyway, today's topic is just some movies I've seen in the last 6 months or so. Good, bad, and otherwise. Like it's spoiler. I'm not cheating on you, okay? I'm just talking to the camera, okay? Oh, Lord. Plain not thick, aren't you, sweetie? I guess blanket spoil warning, if you will. So first up on the list is tarot, which this one, this one I knew was going to be bad from what I heard in IMDb, and so I just figured, what the heck. And yeah, it was. So a little background. I come from a scientific background, so I hate astrology, tarot, all that shit. Even in like a case like this where it's not trying to be real, I still hate it. I had to mute it, you know. Um, and this movie, it's just trying to be Final Destination, you know, like with kids, teenagers becoming targeted, dying in weird ways, and trying to break the curse. It's, eh. um, they find something, they mess with something they should have, they start dying off. They figure out this isn't normal. They try to investigate. They find an expert, someone inexplicably tied to it, and they try to end the curse, which seems like it goes wrong at first, but then it does. But then there's still a lot of twists or something like that, and it's just not good. I mean, the dialogue is just stating things. Characters are cliches and not good ones. I mean, the acting's pretty bad. Kills had some interesting ideas, but were bad. You know, hearing morons say, stop being so stubborn like a Taurus, it's gonna get you killed. I saw enough of that shit on dating apps. I don't need anymore. Um, yeah, just not good. And then there was the really weird, not post credit, I guess post title flash at the end, seeing someone still alive. That whole clown sequence was really dumb. Um, anyway, the next one on the list is here intentionally. Whistle. This one I actually did have high hope for. Fun Shutter right now. I'm still debating whether or not I want to purchase it for the library I work at. I was a little disappointed, and it's has similar to Tarot. It's Final Destination feel, with some elements of Smile and Smile Two kind of thrown in there with trying to break the curse, and they cancel the ending for Smile Two. Um, but it's just done better than Tarot. Still not as good as Final Destination or Smile, so kind of in between. So it's a decent watch. Characters are better, more complex. It's still a group of misfits that hang out together for some reason. Not misfits, mismatched teens that still hang out. There's a new girl. It's just done a little better. Again, it's more subtleties to it. The effects are better, the story's better. Again, I can't just outright say something blatantly wrong, but it's just been done before. I mean, I guess if you're young and an intro to horror, you can, but yeah. Um, I think it's Aztec Death Whistle. Might be mine. I know, but a little research, and I guess like I remember where even though they're skull shaped, they don't make the screaming sound. It's like just sound like wind, but screaming sound, it's more interesting. Some people have three model of them. Like there's one that I'm allowed to print and sell at my shop. That scream, more or less. Next one is one that I knew was gonna be bad, and it sure as hell was. Jeepers, Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Hopefully, they don't have to film this video for a third time, because otherwise, I probably won't be speaking English at that point. Um, anyway, this one, the behind the scenes drama, is way more interesting than the movie, because like you can read about it on IMDb or Wikipedia, but like there was issues with the licensing, and then like corporate sabotage, and the original director is a creep, and It's just that's way more stake. Anywho, so this first off, the original trilogy. First one was awesome. Next one, good, but it's step down. Why are you chewing on the couch? Um, very unintentionally gay. Kind of funny. And the third one, as I said, another step down. All still worth a watch, but you know. And but this, like, it was filmed in England, mostly on sets with British actors trying to be Americans. And I always go to IMDb first, like, so this was some of those mistakes were more obvious, but like the actors, their accents kept breaking like instantly from the get go. The green screen effects were terrible, and the story is just weird. Like, um, it's the original trilogy and this movie are also movies. Yet the creeper is real, although he looks a little different, and he has like a cult of followers who like provide him with food because I guess he needs that in this real fake movie. I don't know. It's just not good. I mean, if you want to make fun of it, um, to a lot of people, it's going to be like heresy. Finally, we're gonna get to a good movie, Alien Romulus. Um, Goes back to like its roots with some more action sequences like Aliens. And it's nice is the story references like Prometheus, the Covenant, where things get really weird, um, and even Alien Resurrection, kind of for the I guess final conflict. Um, but yeah, it was a nice mix. There are some fan service quotes that stick out a little too much, but it's pretty good. One thing is they recreate Ian Holm, which makes sense that he's a model of synthetic, and the effects are good, but there's still a little bit of uncanny valleyness, which they might have looked at intentionally because it adds to the creepiness. Again, he's supposed to be not real. Um, and actually, that there's some controversy with that. Some people are going to write this off instantly. It was good, and to the story, nice homage. As to whether or not he would have appreciated it, that's not my department. I liked it. Um, this was made before Alien Earth, right? Yeah, I think so. I know. Had more aliens than Alien Earth. I can say that for free. Next movie, another shitty one called The Jar. I think I heard about this on the Cabo show. Basically, this guy he encounters a guy who has like a demon in a jar, and the guy like passes the curse on to him, and then the guy like disappears. Um, and the whole movie is just a series of hallucinations, apparently, or maybe not. I don't know. I don't care. Like he starts like missing days. Like his boss comes, like, "You've been gone for a week." He's like, "What do you mean it's been a week?" His neighbor keeps like coming on to him, even though he's acting insane, which should have been clue that something is wrong. Looking at this guy, and there's like religious symbolism, and like I think it opens with a kid like releasing a balloon. It's just bad, like just a lot of bullshit. um, and it kind of reminds me of A Wounded Fawn, a recent movie where the next one only the second half is serious hallucinations. The first half was good. The second half not so good. This was that whole movie, just like way cheaper and cranked up, to 11. Um, and a movie that's bad but thinks it's good are often the best ones for like making fun of. But when a movie is bad and thinks it's art, that makes it harder because, well, a it's more annoying, I would say, but also it's like there's less to make fun of. Like you're just kind of sitting there dumbfounded. So it's not good for making fun of either. Just next one is called The Boogeyman. This is from the '80s. I believe there was like a early 2000s series called Boogeyman. This is not related. It's just kind of a generic title. Anywho, so these two siblings, when they're kids, their mom has a boyfriend who like ties them to their bed so they can't erupt when he's going to have sex with their mom. Then he dies. I think the mom kills him, and she had this big like ornate mirror in her house, and like the murder like imprints it onto the mirror. The kids like see it. I think this was the thing maybe when the kids did it. Fast forward, and they're growing up, but like living with grandparents or something, and the girl seems pretty normal, husband, kid. The brother hasn't talked since the murder, and he looks like a minion. He's wearing blue overalls with a yellow shirt, even though this was made in the 80s, and plus he doesn't talk. So you can't unsee it once you see it, and I've just told you. Um, so that doesn't help. But then like she had like nightmares, so they do like this therapy regression. I think this is the one with John Carradine in it. You know, even though he might have been involved in that point. Um, there's a scene where they do like a hypnosis regression that I was laughing at way harder than I, I wasn't supposed to laugh at it. I might put the clip in here if I learn how to do that. I'm still getting used to this. Um, and then like they go find the mirror, the old house, but then it gets broken, and the husband somehow puts all the splinters together. Except there's one left that like escapes, and starts causing murders. Some creative ideas. There's one scene like in a car with like a harpoon thing that was pretty interesting. But then like the mirror gets like back to her house and like embeds itself in her eye and like possesses her. And like they somehow discover that the glass from that mirror can be destroyed with water. I guess the mirror is made out of sodium. Someone out there gets it. Of course, there's like the final twist that it's not over. It's just bad. The Apparently the sequels are even worse. Some of them just basically amount to clip shows. I don't know. I'm not gonna dig those up. Uh, that one I got at the library as well, so I think it's on Tubi. Next one, The Watchers. This one I'm really on the fence about. Where Dakota Fanning is a woman with a troubled past, and she's like delivering a parrot, and gets like trapped in like the Irish wilderness, middle of nowhere, like literally. And she encounters people who like say, "Oh, you gotta take shelter in this bunker because at night shape shifting fairies come out and will kill you." And this bunker has like one wall of like one way glass or one way mirror, wherever the term is, and so they have to like perform for them, and they have to try finding a way out, but they can't walk in a day without, in time for sundown when the fairies come out. And it has some good ideas, like especially like with the fairy mythology, how they implement that, but they couldn't get it all to work coherently, and it makes less sense the more you think about it. Like, shouldn't the glass be facing the other way? Because it's revealed that this bunker has a basement, and this guy was doing like scientific studies on the fairies to study them. And like these people, some have been there for months, but everyone's clean. The guy is clean shaven. I think they established that they have to like forage for food. So, like, it's just weird. And like this bunker with dug in basement, big cement with a big one way glass, like it was established that you can't. That one way takes a day. So how did he get construction crews back and forth to do all this, or even just himself, which would have taken years? It just doesn't make sense. Again, it had potential, just needed work, which in a way is very frustrating. Um, Next one is called Bad Things, which was a bad thing, and I'm going to hell because of that joke. Um, anyway, I saw this on YouTube. Um, Someone just posted it, and it's a just a terrible knockoff of Shining. Like if it was made by like college kids, you know. So this woman inherits the hotel from like her mom, who she had a bad relationship with. I don't remember why. I don't really care because this character is not worth caring about. Um, but like her girlfriend is like pushing her to like go there and like run it, and then like weird stuff starts happening with their friends and like the creepy caretaker guy, and like Molly Ringwald's in it as like a ghost or hallucination of a businesswoman, I don't know. I mean, she looks great, but it's just like I said, the main character you don't care. It's like she's not like a sort of she's not outwardly crazy, like clearly the villain that like Jack Torrance was in the Shining movie, and she's not really a morally gray character that you sort of sympathize with if it goes bad, like the Jack Torrance from the Shining miniseries, which was closer to the book. She's just kind of a bitch. Like the first night there, she cheats on her girlfriend, but then she blames the girlfriend because the girlfriend made her go there. It's like that's what an abuser says. That's psychological manipulation. And like bad pacing, bad writing, the atmosphere is bad. I mean, this hotel is it seems like a glorified motel, and it's just like in a town, like in a city. It's not like atmospheric or remote. I mean, there's snow on the ground, but that's it. I mean, you can see the streets, and it's just like so. I don't know. It's even more ambiguous of like where they did the whole time or whatever. I don't care about these people. The next movie, Escape from Tomorrow. This one, the backstory is very interesting. It's filmed at Disneyland or Disney World. I don't remember which. And it was filmed like incognito guerrilla style because you can't, film a movie in Disneyland. Um, with like iPhones and hidden cameras and like it's black and white because I work better with the hiddenness. And if I was, there's a family, there's a little bit of, you know, underlying drama, but what family doesn't? And the dad, especially the dad, like just starts having like hallucinations and like descent into madness and weird happens. I mean, it just needs to be seen to be like fully explained and understood, which is sometimes a bad thing, but in this case, I like it. Plus, again, there's the background story really helps. Um, Next one is Cryptic with a K because they're cool with a K. This is another movie that I think is art. Like, I think the story is supposed to be kind of ambiguous, but it was way more than it needed to be. And this woman, she goes on this journey, and she has some connection to a cryptid monster that may or may not be real. I guess that's kind of playing cryptid monster. I don't care. And like it shows up when she has sex. She kind of has like different weird people out. She's trying to track down like a monster hunter like person. Again, I don't care enough to remember. It was a series of events. It wasn't like a cohesive arc. And it turns out she's like avoiding going back home, which she does at the end. She has like a really creepy, weird husband. And I feel like this movie had some symbolism and it had sort of like spots for symbolism that it was hoping people would fill in, but it just fails horribly. Again, it thinks it's art, so there's nothing really like make fun of. You're just kind of sitting there like, what? Don't recommend. The one up is The Severed Son. I originally watched this on Shutter. I think it's also on Tubi, and it's a folk horror. So it also explores religious themes, gender roles, things like that. It's colonial times. I don't remember. Um, Again, it's all been done before, but this one I just think it's done right. Folk horror tends to be slow burns, and the cardinal sin of slow burns is they're too slow, and they save everything for the last 5-10 minutes. Like Feroka, sorry, similar thing, folk horror that's modern day. Again, last 5-10 minutes were really interesting. Before that, meh. Um, you see the creature or whatever, like kind of sprinkled throughout. There's a series of kills throughout. It opens with a bang or a chop. Um, I don't know where I was going with that joke. Anyway, uh, so yeah, I think it's just done well. That's simply put for what it is. Again, you've seen this before, but you probably haven't seen it done this good. It's still, I mean, it's not spectacular, but it's still good, especially if you can get it for real on Tubi. Although the ads are really bad lately. Like I feel like on sidebar, the ads the last like couple weeks on Tubi, they're either something political, which I don't care about, I don't vote for anyone, or they're for gambling. and half of those have like AI slop CGI characters talking to you, like this isn't a scam, so it's a scam. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Next one is called Mother of Flies. Ironically, it's a fly around here somewhere. You might see it. This one is done by a family of indie horror filmmakers, the Adams, not the Adams family. Um, and their movies are hit and miss. Like Hellbender was really good. I actually purchased that for the library's collection. Um, what was the last one I saw I wasn't a fan of? I don't know, something about traveling circus family. I don't know. But anyway, this one was good. It's a lot of folk related horror, less scary, more creepy. Anyway, it's a father and daughter who are that in real life too. Visit a witch, folk healer. I almost said cure. Is that a word? Um, to try to cure the daughter who has like cancer or something. And you know, dad's a skeptic. Daughter just wants to do this, so there's tension there. Besides the whole try not to die tension. Um, Decent twist, a good build. The ending is really good. It's a bit of an exposition dump, but the cuts to the big twist at the end and the final reveal ties everything together in a good way. The title makes sense too. Well, now after you've seen it and learned why, I'm not gonna spoil that. Just check it out. Last one on the list is a movie called Swallow. This is not my usual. This is pretty much just a straight drama, and it's about a woman. She has a troubled past, like she's a product of rape, or do I have to censor rape? I'm not monetized. Um, and she marries this spoiled douchebag who comes from a rich family. They have a company that they're just like giving to him, you know. Um, and like they don't seem to have anything in common. I don't even know how they met or why. I mean, I guess they're both attractive, but that seems to be it. Um, Anywho, the title comes from she gets pregnant, even though she's already born as a housewife, and she develops pica. So she starts swallowing small things and then retrieving them. Um, and then eventually everyone finds out and it goes really bad. You know, you knew this was a horrible family to begin with, but this really shows, how bad they get. They basically want to chain her up to a hospital bed until she gives birth. Um, but eventually she escapes. She goes on, I guess, a journey where she reconciles her past, which inspires her to take control of her future. So it's a good story. Um, the actor's really good. God, what was her name? Haley Bennett. I don't know. She was really good. Actually, everyone was really good. The guy playing the husband was good at being an asshole. I mean that in a good way. Anywho, one thing I saw when I was reading like the reviews, um, someone said it was feminist without being man hating, which I think is a really good thing to do because that's also an easy cop out. Just you know, instead of bringing just one up, you have to like tear down the other road to make the other one higher. So to speak, with the genders, because like the mother-in-law is also terrible. The husband and his dad are terrible, but there's good men in there too, and there's morally gray. So I think it was a nice balance of that. Um, I was about to say some symbolism, but that would spoil it too much, so I don't want to go into that. But anyway, check it out. Like I said, not my usual, but I'm definitely glad I watched it. So that's kind of it for now. If more than one person, views this, and if I don't have anything better to do, which both those things are possible or impossible, um, then I'll make more of these with whatever else I want to talk about. Um, like this morning, I watched Willy's Wonderland, the Nick Cage movie. So I guess that'll be on the next list. I don't know. Maybe then I'll have my girlfriend doing these too. Anyway, Garden Master Store and Etsy, Garden Master Mercari. See you next time.